How do you best move some of your discussion and feedback meetings asynchronously? Meetings created with the purpose to gather input from team members, other departments, clients, or stakeholders can often be moved asynchronously, especially if you have to wait for more than a few days to find time to meet, or if the topic you are discussing is complex and you want to let participants take their time to think about it before they provide their input. This is, in a way, a good practice to ensure their answers are well thought out. To start, let me show you how these asynchronous discussions look like. It can look like this, or like this. The purpose of these meetings can be as simple as brainstorming ideas, gathering feedback, or gathering input and knowledge, or even evaluating options or risks. Asynchronous meetings that we call asynchronous sessions can follow these 3 rules. The person leading the meeting, in this case, you, needs to provide information about the discussion and lead the discussion. That means that you can share your screen, or you could just write the information. It also means that you will turn what originally will be an agenda into questions or prompts to encourage participants, share their knowledge, or make choices, etc. Additionally, you will have to define if you need them to participate during a specific time frame. Let's say you need to make a decision by Friday, so you want them to participate by Thursday, add a due date. And finally, you need to be able to know who said what usually, and be able to know that key stakeholders have shared their knowledge and were part of the decision-making. Now, these asynchronous meetings often feel a lot like a meeting. They're organized in a way in which, if people participate in it at the same time, they will see each other. If they don't, they will still see each other's input and can even react to it. What is unique with asynchronous meetings, and that makes it be so effective, is that everyone tends to participate and share their knowledge because the space gives them the resources and time to do so, and they have enough time to form an opinion. So as a result, you are more likely to leverage your collective knowledge and make collective decisions, but also simplifies the process and removes all the chaos, especially when working remotely or with global teams. Additionally, it will assist you in making decisions without causing delays, effortlessly encouraging all team members and stakeholders to refrain from relying on meetings for collaboration or decision-making. If you are using Nova, starting a session is as easy as opening the sidebar on the left and clicking here, or even going to your calendar and adding a session right to a specific day. Then you have multiple ways to get that asynchronous meeting ready. If you want to save time, you can choose a template. Those are already built and can be easily adapted to the meeting. I will recommend the QFQ framework, the Pi framework, the Pi framework, the FAR framework, or the MARET framework, to just mention a few. If you select one of them, you will see the template and you can click on the editing button right here and then change the questions and provide information about the things you want to discuss. You can even add more questions. Once ready, you just have to share it like this, using this link or adding your team to it. The other alternative is to start from scratch. You select that, then select the list format and start preparing the asynchronous meeting. In a way, think about turning your meeting agenda into directly the meeting. You start by introducing the topic and defining the objective. That goes in the first step, and if you need to share your screen, you can even do that. Then you add each agenda item and what has to be discussed in the next steps. It's always a good idea to ask a question or add a prompt so participants know what is expected from them. The typical option you will use will be the individual note so participants can provide input. Each participant will see their own space to share their knowledge. If you want them to choose between options, choose the multi-selector. If you want them to share ideas, use the sticky notes. If you want to get a sense of how excited they feel about the topic, choose the emotion wheel. If, for example, they have to get something approved, choose that option. You can basically prepare it based on what you need, and it makes the meeting extremely productive as it helps lead the meeting and the discussion effectively, ensuring everyone knows what's expected from them. Once you have used this a few times, you will see that you have your own preferences and tend to follow a similar format every time, so you may want to save it as a template so you can reuse it. It's that simple. Prepare your asynchronous meeting the same way you will prepare a traditional meeting. Add the due date if you have a timeline in mind and invite your team and stakeholders. Happy collaborating without meetings.